One Zambia, one nation, and welcome to Zanis News. We look at the top stories in the news tonight. Solwezi Urban Clinic turned into cholera center. National Heart Hospital recording successful surgeries. Mongwe residents construct temporary bridge. Plus, ECZ receives ballot papers from Pika ward by elections. And now the news in detail. Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo has thanked stakeholders that have continued coming on board to donate assorted items towards the fight against the cholera epidemic. Ms. Masebo said the donations have helped in managing the cholera epidemic. She noted that the government alone cannot manage to fight cholera, but with concerted efforts, the disease can be well managed. And Zanis reports that their minister said this at the National Cholera Center at Lusaka's Hero Stadium when she received various items donated by the Medical Women's Association of Zambia, RIA Foundations, and the Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia, among others. Ms. Masebo said partners should continue coming on board and help the government fight the disease. And in a daily cholera update, the minister said in the last 24 hours, the country has recorded 494 new cases. The minister noted that the figure is slightly lower than the 518 cases that were recorded as at Friday.
Thank you very much for this great donation that you've made, very timely and also on point, because all the items that you have actually brought today are what is needed for the children. So we are really making life very easy for us here and making our work very easy. And let me make mention that bananas and yogurt seems to go very well with cholera patients. The nutritionist tells us that it's good for the treatment they're giving the patients, and the kids seem to have it easy to eat those. Because sometimes even when you have really heavy meals like gym and chicken, some of the kids find it difficult to eat, especially when it was Easter first day, until maybe after 48 hours, then you see now they start craving for these heavy meals. So the need for such perishables are very, very high.
Just to contribute in a small way, the health workers are doing quite a lot, the PS and the team. But we feel that what can we do as a profession just to act? So that is why we are here. And this was informed by our members who are working within these centers who provide the needs.
Together we put resources together and came up with this donation of diapers and new clothes, as well as pre-lab clothes, which were donated by a lot of people. So we hope that this may help the children be more comfortable, even as they are suffering from cholera and getting treatment.
And our Solwezi District Cholera Isolation Center has reached its bed capacity, prompting authorities to close Solwezi Urban Clinic and convert it into a cholera treatment center. Solwezi District Health Director Dr. Bumba Bubala said the facility will not be attending to any other illness apart from cholera-related cases. Dr. Bubala further said the district needs 100 extra beds to meet the escalating numbers of cholera cases that are being recorded on a daily basis.
This is Solwezi Urban Clinic, which has been closed and converted into cholera treatment center as the cases rises to 44 suspected cholera cases, of which 20 have already been discharged. Solwezi District Health Director Dr. Bumba Bubala said during the media briefing that due to continuous increased number of cases, the center need 100 more extra beds.
Every day the number of suspected cases is increasing. Our isolation center has reached its capacity. So this now means that we need to close Solwezi Urban Clinic and convert it into a diarrhea and cholera treatment center. This in essence means that we will have to close certain services that are offered at our Solwezi Urban Clinic. These would be, going forward, we will not see in OPD any cases related to cough, respiratory issues, headache, general body pains, anything that is related to that nature, injuries secondary to an accident, we will be diverting these cases elsewhere.
With the closure of the urban clinic, Dr. Bubala has provided this alternative.
We will take advantage of the use of the facilities under Solwezi District Health Office that are in close proximity to Solwezi Urban Clinic. These would include Zambia Army, Zambia Clinic, Zangameno. So we are asking our residents of Solwezi that use Solwezi Urban Clinic as their main clinic, unless you have diarrhea or vomiting, signs and symptoms of cholera, we will not be seeing these patients from Solwezi Urban Clinic.
Dr. Francis Zulu is case management physician at Solwezi Urban Cholera Treatment Center.
Ever since the response started, we have had 44 patients, and all these 44 patients, we have currently discharged about 20 patients, and we are currently remaining with 24 patients. And the oldest among these patients was a man from Kimasala, aged 87, and he has since been discharged. He has recovered very well, and he has since been discharged.
Reporting for Zanis News, I am Chebunkoma in Solwezi District, Northwestern Province.
Now, the Association of Minister Spouses in Lusaka has donated 100 blankets to cholera centers through the District Administration Office. Association Coordinator Shazipi Nzovu says the blankets are meant to help government in addressing the cholera situation. And Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu thanked the Association of Minister Spouses for the timely donation. Here is a report.
Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu has appreciated a donation of blankets to the cholera centers in the district through her office from the Association of Minister Spouses in Lusaka.
On behalf of government under the able leadership of Mr. Hagainde Hichilema and the people of Lusaka, I would like to thank the Association of Minister Spouses for the initiative of donating these blankets. The government and the people of Zambia appreciate your donation, and we receive it with gratitude.
No matter how small that may be given, we are here to receive. We won't just receive 500, 1,000. Even if someone brings a blanket, it will make a difference.
Yes. Speaking on behalf of the association, Lusaka Association of Minister Spouses Coordinator Shazipi Nzovu, who was accompanied by the association's chairperson for Social Outreach Committee, Namiaba Siagalima, says the association is happy to donate 100 blankets to ease the suffering of the people in the cholera centers.
As Minister Spouses, we have come to make a donation to try and ease the suffering of our people, to see if we can help in some little way in alleviating the suffering of our people. As a nation, this has really drawn us back, so we thought we should come in and just help in some little way, hence the donation we are making today.
Ms. Nzovu has also appreciated the support from the collaborating partners.
We have partners that have supported us in this cause, and specifically for this donation that we're making this afternoon, we have been supported by the Chinese Chamber of Commerce. We are most grateful for their assistance.
Mijalo Mwemba reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
With that report, we can now take a break. More to come in the news.
Kanti kolera kibutuku manyim. Kolera kibutuku wakusololam. Mutiana ni butuku wakolera utasulula ni kutazam. Mutia kula butuku wakolera usula meza mfutasi na araisi aya kwa mutabanim. Mukuliyo ukato kwa mezi mamubili wakinyisa kufufulelwamu. Mukuliyo ukona kutimela mwahala lihola zeli shumi kazepeli haiva asafumanili kalafo zambuwamu. Mutu kona kuyambula choni butuku wa kolera. Kunwa mezi asikakeniswa kapa kunwa mezi amasilamu. Kuchali choni mazo atezi masila kapa kuitusali apiso zetapisizwe ni mezi amasilamu. Kuchali choze sikakwaelwa ni kuselezwa kwa linzinzimu. Kuchali choze lobezi ilizeo alisikabukelezwa handem. Kuchali choze lekisiwa mama kululumu. Kuchali tolwana manicholo ni mulo zesikatapiswamu. Lukona chwani kuiselezwa kwa butuku wa koleramu. Kuvilisa mezi akunwa kapa kuvea mwateni chlorine. Mfutuma zeli choza mina pili musikali chakalemu. Mukwae li choza mina kaufela kulisileleza kwa linzinzimu. Musike mwa chalicho za mama kululumu. Mwitu sekali mbalimbana kwa kaufela. Mi musike mwa itusa bikopo kapa mapepa amuyumba zema silamu. Mubone kuli mutabani wala telwa mwakali mbalimbamu. Mubone kuli kalimbalimba kamina kakenile nako kaufela manicholo ni kukwaelwamu. Lingosale litakumina kuzwa kubalikolo la makete.
We now continue with the news. The partnership between the National Heart Hospital and Tanzania's Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute has started producing successful surgeries on heart patients at Zambia's only specialized heart hospital. And the success has been collaborated by the Zambian and Tanzanian governments that have brought together heart specialists from the two countries in a quest to enhance service delivery. And Ivrin Masayaleti has details in the following report.
A 1 year, 8 months old baby has successfully undergone a heart surgery at National Heart Hospital. The surgery was conducted by both Zambian and Tanzanian counterparts who have collaborated to enhance service delivery at the hospital.
Pediatric cardiac program like this, you need a lot of coordination and teamwork. Like a lot of people will play different parts to make something like this become reality. So you can see from the training in Israel under Save the Child's Heart, then coming back home, then having all different type of friends from across the globe to give you the support, get you the supplies, show you the direction, giving you again another more support, even sometimes you might need a little bit also of financial support. And in order for a program like this to
The National Heart Hospital Head of Clinical Care, Dr. Agnes Mtaja, notes that the collaboration is timely.
This is a very special mission because it is what we are calling a South-to-South collaboration. This means that we have an African country helping another African country. In a relationship that just started with us visiting this African country called Tanzania, we went to their cardiac institute, we saw what they're able to do. They are miles ahead of us and we thought they would be great to have as friends.
The health facility also sent some medical staff to Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute to train in critical care.
Collaboration between our government and Tanzania and Save the Child has, they made it possible for our hospital to have such kind of procedures like we are witnessing now.
We can have a lot of patients at once, and this will go a long way, even just for our hospital, that we have pediatric trained care nurses. So I would personally like to thank JKCI, the Zambian government, and Save the Heart Foundation for what they're doing.
With this collaboration, the National Heart Hospital will attend to a number of patients with cardiac complications. Evelyn Masialeti, reporting for Zanis in Chongwe District.
We now take you to Northern Province, where in an effort to ease movements, the communities of Changala and Kabisha villages in Mungwi districts have come together to put up a temporary crossing point following the collapse of the bridge last year. The temporary crossing point at Kabisha will allow the communities to access the rest of Mungwi district as they wait for the government to put up a permanent bridge. Details in the following report.
Changala village in Mungwi district has been cut off from other parts of the district following the washing away of Kabisha Bridge, which is the only crossing point that connects the village to the rest of Mungwi. The community, using its own resources, have come together to put up a temporary bridge to allow them cross the river as they wait for government to come to their aid. Lawrence Chomba, a businessman, is also supporting the community of Changala in their endeavor to put up a temporary crossing point.
It's completely damaged deep. No one can cross this bridge to go that side. And that side there is a clinic, there's a school, there's a shed where the FRI buys maize every year. When it comes to collect their maize, they are just using Mbara Road. But from here to Kasama is 95. So we appeal to the government to see us and help us here because the bridge is damaged, completely washed away by the floods we had.
Health workers narrate the challenges they face at this crossing point.
The challenge which we are facing here in Changala is only the bridge. It has given us a lot of challenges during rain season. It usually cuts off because it was just done by the community. Nothing has been done, effort by the government, which could have helped us to cut off some of the problems or the challenges which are being faced.
Residents of Changala had this to say.
Ukuti tuafweni mkwai epo mwe wa muntu taula lobela pali bridge akabisha mkwai kairi lubali lumbi mkwai na papene tuleyabukira fwe bantu tulepingira po bana maternity ni bachomba bashire panga barengeno kuti na fwe bantu tuambe ukulaya bukapa
abesha ingila shirekeni shize shibombele pali ino nchende ngefe tulemona kumbi ubuteko bulipwelelo bulebomba malalo bulebomba pa masukulu ambayo tulemona.
Reporting for Zanis in Mungwi district, I'm Jafet Munkondia.
And now, in Southern Province, the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, in collaboration with Zambia Red Cross Society, have trained 30 civil servants in Choma district in community-based risk reduction and disaster management. And speaking when he officially opened the training, Choma District Commissioner Gamela Sikaleya challenged the trainees drawn from Ministry of Health, Education, Agriculture and Meteorological Department to ensure disease outbreaks, flooding and damage to properties are reported in a coordinated manner. Here is a report.
With the increased likelihood of flash floods, incidences and intensity of climate shocks that has exacerbated vulnerability in Southern Province, in disaster-prone districts such as Choma, the National Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, in partnership with the Zambia Red Cross Society, has rolled out trainings aimed at orienting integral stakeholders in disaster risk management for effective disaster preparedness and response for the purpose of building capacity, with the Choma district having 30 trained so far.
We expect these people that we are going to train today to first of all understand the legal and operational frameworks of the disaster management and mitigation unit, so that as they go down to the satellites, they can highlight some of these pieces of legislation. We also want these people to understand how to undertake rapid assessments. As you may be aware, when responding as DMMU, we rely on the information that we get during rapid assessments.
Zambia Red Cross Society is supplementing government efforts by investing in community awareness on resilience, disaster preparedness and response.
The district in which the project is being implemented in Southern Province include the Mazambuka, Choma, Monze and the so 20 per district, a total of 80 satellites were formed. Of course, this was done in collaboration with the District Disaster Management Committee.
Meanwhile, Choma District Commissioner Gamela Sikaleya wants the trained civil servants to enhance coordination, assessment, and reporting of emergencies that requires government attention.
Today there are phone calls, DC, a toilet has been blown off, just like that. And yet there's a procedure. Whatever happens, there must be some kind of assessment, so that at least you know, and someone makes a commitment that this is what has happened. I expect that we are going to have meetings with satellite structures in the community so that we will be able to sensitize them or also to train them so that they will know how to assess what is it that can be reported to disaster management.
Gift Banji, Zanis, in Choma, Southern Province.
With that report, we now take another break. More stories when we return.
Ushe cholera chinshi. Cholera bulwele bwa kupolomia. Omuntu ukwete cholera alapolomia sana eyo n'okuluka. Obusali buba obwamenshi n'okubutuluka ng'omu basukira omupunga. Omulwele wa cholera takwata amenshi mu mubiri pamulandu wa kuluka ero n'okupolomia. Omulwele wa cholera kuti afa munsa 12 na nguntile 12 hours nga tapeerwa omuti uwafikapo. Musho omuntu kuti akwata shani cholera. Okunwa amenshi ayabula okuwamya nangu ayafiko. Okulya ifyakulya n'emino iyalamba nangu mufipe ifyabula okusamfya n'amenshi ayasuma. Okulya ifyakulya ifyo basunga okwabula okufimbapo ifyakutira na balunshi baleikalapo. Okulya ifyakulya ifyashelepo ifyatalala ifyakutira tabafisungire bwino nakalya iyo. Okulya ifyakulya ifyo bashitisha mu misebo. Okulya ifisabo elyo n'omusalo ifyabula okusamfya. Kuti twayikingirira shani ku bulwele bwa cholera. Mwamyeni amenshi yakunwa okupitira mu kuyipika nangu okubika mu chlorine. Sambeni kuminwa na sopo elyo n'amenshi ayasuma panuma yakubonfya echimbusu. Kafyeniko ifyakulya ilyo tamulalya. Fimbeni pa fyakulya fyonse pakuti balunshi tabaleikalapo. Mwilalya ifyakulya fisangwa mu misebo. Bonfyeni ichimbusu inshita yonse. Mwila bonfya ifikunkubiti nangu ifupepala pakuposa ubusali. Shiningisha inokutila ubusali bonse bwaposwa mu chimbusu. Sungeni ichimbusu ichabusaka n'okufimbapo inshita yonse. Iyimbira abamireterako chipa nichimona pabumi.
We take you back to Northwestern Province, where Solwezi District Commissioner Anthony Fulwe says positive strides have been made in the education sector to increase access to quality education in order to enhance human capacity for sustainable national development. Mr. Fulwe says some notable achievements include construction and completion of classroom blocks and teachers' houses. The district commissioner adds that some learning facilities have been rehabilitated to provide a clean and conducive learning environment. Muiche Chipoya now gives us a report.
This is Sandangombe Primary School, situated 40 kilometers from Solwezi Business District. The learning facility has been rehabilitated using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, and the school authorities are elated with the development.
We would like to thank the New Dawn government because our infrastructure here was blown off sometime in 2020. But with the efforts and with the coming of the New Dawn government, we have seen the construction, the rehabilitation of a 1x3 classroom block. Desks have already been procured.
Twasanta pakutivurukapo nekuye pano pampunja ya Sandangombe. Twasanta mu bintu byonse omwitubura nekwamba kuyatweba.
They have further appealed to the government for a secondary school to be constructed.
Uno skulu wa Sandangombe twakewa kuitubikirapo skulu wa secondary. Mambo bana betu babakaji babena kwimita na mambo akwenda kuya kumitukutuku na kufunda. So twana ukewa muitubikirako skulu wa secondary.
Solwezi District Commissioner Anthony Fulwe says infrastructure development is reaching the local communities.
We've moved from the CBD about 35 to 40 kilometers here, knowing that also all the infrastructure under CDF are dotted all over without partiality. And people here are very, very happy that their children are being sent into school.
Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata has assured the school authorities that their concerns have been noted.
I think what is important here is to note some of the issues that have been raised here. So government is listening, hence our presence here. Our presence, like I earlier on said, is a presence of government, and we have noted.
Teachers' houses have also been renovated using the Constituency Development Fund. Mwiche Chipoya reporting for Zanis, Solwezi District, Northwestern Province.
Still in Northwestern Province, government has started the distribution of inputs to the 72 farmer beneficiaries under the Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility credit window in Mufumbwe District. And speaking during the launch of the distribution in Mufumbwe, District Commissioner Elijah Munyope reiterated government's commitment towards improving the agriculture sector in order to enhance food security in the country. Here is a report.
In a bid to promote and support agriculture sustainability, the government has initiated the distribution of farming inputs to 72 farmer beneficiaries under the Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility in Mufumbwe District of Northwestern Province. The credit window is meant to provide fertilizer and seed to farmers through a bank loan at an interest rate of 12% after entering into a bonding agreement committing to selling their produce to Food Reserve Agency, FRM. Speaking during the launch of the distribution exercise, Mufumbwe District Commissioner Elijah Munyope cautioned beneficiary farmers against selling the inputs.
This loan facility is not something whereby you start selling the inputs. I'll make sure from now onwards I'll be visiting some of these farms to monitor how we are going to use these agriculture inputs.
District Agriculture Coordinator Peter Maseka announces that the number of beneficiaries is likely to increase following the resubmission of more applicants of the initial total 150 farmers.
The number of applications to be approved by the bank will go up. So the 72 approved is not the final number. We are yet to get a final number when these other applicants who were not reached are taken into consideration.
While the beneficiaries remain grateful for the initiative, Everest Hangandu has an appeal on the purchasing process by the Food Reserve Agency.
Bareta bukwasho muntanda bwakupana maloni fertilizer tuambamba batata pabubwe bukwasho bobetupa kambwe bapeshe.
FRA might overstretched, so they should start planning to improve on buying activities. How I wish they can improve the set-at depots and also to increase the number of buyers. Possibly they can have either 2 or 3 teams which will be mobile. You know, there are some certain farmers why they sell to these millers. It's because the distance from the depots to their farms is too long.
John Mohanga reporting for Zanis Mufumbwe District in Northwestern Province.
We get back to Lusaka Province. The Lions Club District 413 has donated assorted items worth 460,000 kwacha towards the fight against cholera to Lusaka City Council. And Lions District 413 Governor Patrick Wulundo says the donation is in line with the club's motto of where there is a need, there is a lion. And Lusaka City Mayor Chilando Chitangala, who received the donation, thanked Lions Club District 413 for donating cholera preventive kits. We have more in the following report.
Lusaka City Mayor Chilando Chitangala has appreciated Lions Club District 413 for donating assorted cholera preventive items and consumables to Lusaka City Council worth 460,000 kwacha.
The donation we are receiving from the Lions 143 Zambia is symbolic and a representation of the selfless goodwill and impactful community service because of our friends have come to the aid of our city at a very, very crucial time when as a local authority we are faced with a serious public health challenge.
Lions Club District 413 Governor Lion Patrick Wulundo disclosed that the donation has come from all lions across the country that have taken it upon themselves to join this fight for a noble cause.
The Lions put together personal protective equipment for frontline workers, disinfectants, examination gloves, knapsack sprayers, washing soap, hand washing soap, and other accessories, all to the tune of 460,000 kwacha. The bulk of this donation, that amounts to 350, is personal protective equipment. Why did we do that? We are aware that our frontline workers sometimes feel unsafe when they come face to face with disasters and epidemics. So we thought that they needed protection so that they can feel comfortable to go where all of us fear to go.
In the bid to fight and eradicate cholera from Lusaka City, both Lusaka City Mayor and Lions Club District 413 Governor are calling for a community mindset change towards hygiene.
I want to appeal to the residents of Lusaka that they must change the way they are doing things. We cannot continue to throw garbage anyhow. The drains are meant to move water out of the city into the designated points, but we have turned them into garbage collection points.
The cleaning that we are going to restart must be also engaging the communities, because it's important when the communities are engaged, they manage their waste, then they understand, and we help with mindset change.
Reporting for Zanis in Lusaka, I'm Mijelo Mwemba.
Finally, in the news tonight, the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has delivered ballot papers for the Kampamba ward by-elections in Pika district ahead of the polls on 23rd January 2024. Pika District Electoral Officer Samuel Musenga says stakeholders and representatives from political parties witnessed the arrival and verification of ballot papers. Details in the following report.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has delivered ballot papers ahead of the Kapamba ward by-election in Mpika district. Mpika district electoral officer Samuel Msenga says 2,150 ballot papers have been received.
So today we have just witnessed the arrival and the verification of the ballot papers. So maybe to begin with, Kapamba ward, a total of 2,017 registered voters. I would just like to appeal to our people in Kapamba ward, to go in numbers and vote for the candidate on their choice.
Stakeholders and representatives from political parties have witnessed the verification of the ballot papers and are satisfied.
To all the participants and the people in Kapamba ward, I would like to urge them not to engage themselves in violence, because the decisions that they will make, it shouldn't be based on the violence, but on the manifestos or the messages that the candidates and political parties have given to them.
As UPND, we urge the electorates and all our members to remain peaceful and calm so that we cast our vote on the 23rd of January. And we also want to see peace during and even after the elections.
We are satisfied with what the Electoral Commission has done, and we expect the same to continue before, during, and after the polls.
Peggy Gutinho for Zanis in Mpika, Muchinga Province.
Well, thank you so much for that report, and that's all we had for you in the news. And before we finish, a recap of stories that made us headlines. Solwezi Urban Clinic turned into cholera center. National Heart Hospital recording successful surgeries. Mongwe residents construct temporary bridge. Plus, ECZ receives ballot papers from Pika ward by-elections. Thank you so much for watching. It has been Margaret Kangwa. Good night.